Hi, this is Monty from Mopart Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's just recently come into us as a part exchange. Now these videos take about 10 minutes long. I'm going to give you a brief view around the car and then more detailed view very shortly. Now as I go around the car, I'll tell you a bit about it. This is our BMW 318D M Sport Automatic. So it's a 2 litre, but it's classed as 1.8. because it has 143 horsepower as opposed to 177 on the uprated version. It's still a 2 litre engine. You can get these remapped to over 200, and quite safely you can get these remapped to over sort of 180, that type of thing. So she's covered 123,500 miles. It's got approximately, I think it was 6 service stamps in the book, and it was serviced by the previous owner and MOT by the previous owner actually. Last service was done earlier on in the year at 117,500 miles, but we have done a few bits and pieces on the vehicle since. Things like brakes, pollen filters, air filters, that type of thing, but please feel free to give us a call and we'll tell you more about it. Now this registration number doesn't come with the car. It's currently on the vehicle at the moment, but this is going on retention, so please feel free to do any checks that you need to do, MOT histories, that type of thing, with this registration number. The other registration number I will give you at the end of the video, or I'll show you very shortly anyway, because there's a set of plates in the back of the car. So this particular car is in Le Mans Blue. It's got leather interior. Now the leather interior that's fitted to this car wasn't from the factory. This was fitted by the previous garage that the previous gentleman bought the car from. Okay, now the alloy wheels. So what we've done to the car since we've had it, we've had the alloy wheels refurbished in a satin gunmetal grey. We've changed front brake pads and discs because the front ones were warped, and we've had new brake pads fitted at the back. The discs were absolutely fine. And at the time when it was in with our prep guys, they noticed that the pollen filter hadn't been changed, so they changed that, and the same sort of thing with the air filter. Now this is a 2009 59, so it's the facelifted model, so E90 I think they called them. You'll probably notice here it's got something called angel eyes. These weren't fitted on the cars as standard, and it's got a few little LED bulbs in the number plate. Now what that does do, it does bring up a warning on the dash to tell you you've got an issue with one of the bulbs. There's no issues with any of the bulbs at all. You just press the button, you get rid of it. It's only because this car has been fitted with these angel eyes, which are not standard for the car. You might be I'm not too sure if you'll pick them up, but they're rings that go around the headlamps. They're fitted generally on the later BMWs. Okay, so what we'll try and do, we'll start the video off for you now. We're coming up to about 3 minutes long. We'll start off from the driver's side. Apologies if you see people walking past, walking their dogs, that type of thing. I'm in a public park, so it's to be expected. Okay, so alloy wheels. Now these alloy wheels are from the previous M Sport, I believe. They're not from this model M Sport, but they do fill the arches right out. So if you have a look at there, they fill the arches right out. Does give it a really good stance. They're a bit wider than the originals. Now you might be able to see new brake pads or brake discs in there, but they've definitely been changed, and I can certainly give you the old ones if you wanted to see them. So what I'll try and do is go down the side of the car, and hopefully if I move the camera slowly enough, you might be able to try and pick up the paint work in terms of the finish. It's absolutely fantastic. Looks really good. Now as I mentioned, it's 23,500 miles. It's not going to be a brand new car. There are going to be a few chips, a few little marks here and there. We have tried to address them as best as possible, but it's to be expected. She is a 2009 59. She is what, 8.5 years of age now, with 123,500 miles. I know I keep mentioning the mileage, but customers do believe when they come to have a look at a car of this age or mileage, it's going to be brand spanking new. The reasons behind the videos, and if you read some of my reviews, I'm as genuine as I possibly can, and the reasons we do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. Now hopefully you can try and pick it all up. Now also when it was in with the prep guys, they fitted a couple of tyres at the back which were quite worn down on one of them, down to the canvas on the inner edge, so they've changed that. Now the bleeping you're hearing is just the side lights. I'll just switch the side lights off. You can hear that bleeping's gone now. So this is the leather I was mentioning. This is a not genuine BMW leather, it's an aftermarket leather with a really nice kind of blue stitching, contrasting stitching to go obviously with the outside colour of the car. Automatic transmission, dual climate control air conditioning, which works absolutely fine. 2 keys with this car, they're both working. You've got your functionality on the steering wheel there for radio, etc. You've got your lights. You've got cruise control on this car as well. There's the stalk down there. 4 electric windows, electric mirrors. Headlining, just showing you, it's a black headliner that you'll generally get on the M Sport. Again, just show you the alloy wheels. They have been refurbished. Now the centre caps that are on the car there, the previous owner put them on there. I do prefer some of the original BMW ones. I have ordered a set, and if they arrive shortly, I'll pop them in there. Rear parking sensors, as standard. Okay, now back bumper. Got a few little chips. So one along here and a couple along there, and I think there's one around here somewhere. Yeah, just a couple of little chips there. They have all been touched up, but you know, we can't make it a brand new car. We'd love to make all of our cars brand new, but it's never all going to be brand new. So that is the registration number, I believe, that's going to go back onto the car. So please make a note of that if you want to, and hopefully that will be on there very shortly, and then you can do any kind of checks that you want to do, because the private plate's going to come off. But it all looks really nice and clean in here as well. And you get your warning triangle up there. Let's just go down the side of the car. Hopefully you can try and pick up. It's in really good condition, really bright paintwork. There were a couple of little trolley dents, but the prep guys got them out. And again, tyres are all in good condition in the back. We didn't want to put some cheaper Chinese tyres on it, so I think it was some Dunlops that were fitted to the car, or Michelin's, not too sure. But again, you can probably see it fills the arches out really, really well. Okay, what we'll do, we'll just give you an idea what it looks like in the back of the car in here as well. And you can see the interior looks like it's hardly been sat in at all. And again, you've got that blue stitching on the back seats. But there'll be plenty of pictures. I normally put about 30-40 pictures on of all our cars. You've still got the mats in there. And let's just show you the passenger side front. Again, door panels all look good. Show you the inside, carpet mats in there. Again, leather interior. Now again, it's not going to really show any kind of signs of wear, because this was fitted 2 years ago and the previous gentleman bought the car. What I'll try and do is I'll try and scoot down the side, give you a view on this side of the car. Again, there was a few little chips on the door edges. They've been touched up. Plenty of tread on the tyres. And again, the wheels have been refurbished. Okay, windscreen. To be fair, it's going to be really, really hard to pick up in this video, but the windscreen is all fine. There's not any big chips or anything like that. And then coming to the front of the car. Now, probably with any kind of car, when it's done this sort of mileage, really anything around the sort of 80 to 100 plus thousand miles, they tend to be the worst bit of the car. And that's probably, in my opinion, you've got quite a few little stone chips on the bumper along the leading edge, but they have all been touched up. You've got a few around here. Again, it's probably going to be hard to pick up in the camera, but there's definitely a few chips. But again, it's to be expected. It's a dark blue colour car. Any kind of chips will tend to be highlighted on here. Okay, and then let's just go down the passenger side as well, just to show you a few little chips here and there. Now in my opinion, I think this, well, I'm sure this bumper has had some sort of paintwork done to it before, because there's a couple of bits and pieces that you can tell looks like the front end, this corner bit might have been painted before. But again, come on, if I took a picture from here, none of you guys would know that this car has had any paintwork at the front. But in my opinion, I believe this sort of section here around the passenger side might have had a bit of paintwork, like a kind of one of these smart repairers, etc. Might have done a few little touch-ups here and there. Just looks a little bit duller along there. But again, I'm just trying to be honest with our customers who kind of have a look at our cars. Okay, so we're up to just over 10 minutes now. So I just wanted to thank you very much for your time. If you're interested in this particular car or anything else that we got at Mopar Vehicles, please don't hesitate to either send me an email, text message, you can do the online chat, whatever you want to do, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Many thanks. Thank you again for your time. Bye bye.